Good day, this is my
Brion Stoutarme.
is one of my favorite decks. He likes to launch things at other players and he got life for it, so that's nice. He sacrifices the creatures to deal damage and he gets lives in return. So the thing about this deck is I like to play big Eldrazi's and throw those. I like to play those guys, those four. This is an artifact, not a guy, but he creates guys, and some help to try kill people off. The thing about this deck is I have around 30 ramps and around 20 card draws. It depends on how you see them as a ramp and card draw. We're in BIROS here, so those are card draws and ramps. You don't have too many choices. 4 explosives, explosive ramps, I call them. Gives you a lot of ramp in a short period of time, especially the Mana Geyser. Most of you are familiar with that spell, I believe. I'm going to show you a closer look at this later in the video, pretty soon. We have some things to protect Brion. Before I had around 10 things protecting me. The thing I saw was I needed a lot more ramp to play Eldrazi's and the other big guys. So I put around 30 ramps. Some of them are land ramps, if you can call it that. Some card draw lands, card advantage lands, I don't know. This one is great to pull out Eldrazi's that can utilise for them. And two of the Eldrazi's can help you draw a lot of cards. So it's kind of a card draw if you choose it. So the same with this guy. You can also pick. You can't choose him with that card, but he helps you also tutor for some card draw if you need that, or removal if you need that. Maybe you even need graveyard recreation. Anyway, the thing is, I like to play things that have a power 10 or more and throw it at people. That's a lot of fun. This is not card draw for everyone. For me, I see it as potential card draw. I call it potential card draw. This is potential card draw. This is most likely card draw. It can also be ramp. I'm going to show you this later. Now, for the card draw, this I love it. Not consistent, but it's alright. I love this play. This spell. Early card draw I think is really important for trying to get your lands out and going through your deck, finding what's helpful. This one is okay. Depends on the match. Well, you're in red, so you don't have many choices. I love playing red, so I use this card in many of my decks that ain't in blue, green, to help out. Well, if you can get an Eldrazi out with this one, it's great. This is a good card draw, I believe. 1 red mana. You usually cast it for 1 red. I haven't played too much with this guy. I think it's okay. You don't have many choices. This one is great, usually great, and this one is one of the best cards in Commander to draw cards, usually. Now for the ramp. I can by the way, I can show you the split ones. Those that can count as both of them as ramp and card draw. This one makes your first minion creature cost 2 less to cast, and when you cast him, you can search for one of the big Eldrazi guys to draw cards. Haven't played a lot with it yet. I think it's great because it gives you 5 mana, and it costs 7, but with 30 ramps you usually are able to do so. Play it. I love this card. Ramp and Eller. Call it whatever you want. I see it as a ramp. You can see it's what you want. It also gives you +1 damage to these guys and the other things you throw, so a bonus. And it's card draw, of course. Card draw and ramp. Maybe she survives 1 turn, maybe ult with her. Usually I'm playing her for these two. Your Eldrazi, your artifacts, everything. There's a lot of colorless in this, so it's a great card for this deck. Also kind of a card draw, even removal. If you got 15 mana and no card in hand, you sacrifice this one. Same with this. And with this. And usually I don't throw this guy, but beggars can't be choosers, so in BIROS we're usually beggars. Now for the ramp. I forgot to show you those lands. By the way, in card draw. This is kind of a card draw. You're in red. Kind of a card draw. Pick an Eldrazi. Sometimes you get out of cards in your hand, then this is great. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, you know land tax. I love this card when I'm out of green. When I ain't in green. And I don't have blue to help me out. I'm playing in black decks as well. I'm not so keen to sacrifice creature anymore. I did it a lot in the past, not now anymore. And this one can get you land ramps and maybe some card lands. Depends on what you need. Alright, for the ramp. I'm gonna show you the lands first. I love this land. Put it in every deck I have, I believe. Most of my decks. This one is great for the colorless BIROS deck. Since it's also the Eldrazi, you don't often need that much color. So you can sacrifice some color for some extra mana. It often gets targeted by destruction, so be careful with that. You can pay some life. You have lifelink, and you gain around 10 life every time you throw something. You get around 10 life. You can manage. Help you with the Eldrazi spells. I hope this works at 5. Yeah. It gives you a lot of mana. Love this card. This card's great. It's slow, but you don't have to be that fast when you're throwing Eldrazi. So this one is pretty great. Especially in this deck. It's okay. Often good. Yeah, by the way, it can choose a lot of lands out of your deck if you're playing against often a green player. Signets is really good in Commander for you who are new or didn't new of my experience is if you can have your ramp from 3 mana or less. I love that. And the same for card draw. Card draw you can go up to 5. I'm gonna have a video about that later, but anyway, if you can have your card draw low and your especially your ramps low, because you ramp, then you play your card draw spells often. Same as I'm not so great in English. You can hear that. The talismans, I believe there are. This one is really great. It can be 2 mana for you. It can be 4. You know, a great white card to play. The best signet, Soul Ring of course, and Wafer's Bubble. I love this card. Now for the splashy ramp. This is a lot of mana, usually. Hope he survives. Yeah, if you can nap something, that's great. This one and this one is a great mana boosters. You can see why you need a lot of mana, and you can play, yeah, especially with this card. If you can get those two with this one, and some card draw, that's an explosive turn. Yeah, I put this in almost every red deck I own. Oh, this lands. I love the Scry lands. I'm usually playing around power 7. This one is a free land drop for you, so I highly suggest playing this one if you aren't playing in tier 8 or what do you call it, power 8 plus. I have some decks that can play around the power 8, but I usually play around 7. And I don't know how you can. It's hard to judge if it's a 7, 6, 8 deck you own, but well, I think I build around 7 and I enjoy playing around 7. Scrying is just great in most of the decks, especially, as I said, in power 7. Here is some survivability for him. Earlier I played with a lot more survivability. The thing is, I wasn't managing to playing. I couldn't play Eldrazi because I didn't have enough lands, enough ramp. So I haven't played with this butterfly yet, insect, but I think it's great. Yeah, those two are also haste. We got 6 haste enablers in this decks. Yeah, this one is cool because if you already are able to protect Brion, you can throw one of the other guys. I can show you as this guy. If you can throw him sometimes, you usually win the game. Winning is not that important for me. The fun fact is the most important for me. So Ugin I just put in. He's not, since I have so much things that helps colorless, I just put it in. I love this ability. I love burn. So I'm playing a lot of burning commander, crazy as I am. Yes, kind of a good removal, mass removal. And if I can ult him, that's great, of course. This 3 lands I love. This one is just an haste enabler, and it's not often that you throw more than one thing, but sometimes you throw more than one thing. Haste enabler, target creature gains haste at 11 turn. Perfect. Same. Sorry. Perfect. And same, but just BIROS only. So that's great. If Brion ain't out and you need some help to win the game, you have some here. This one throws one of your creatures, or you can grab your opponent's creature and throw that. Yeah. Dealing damage to creature with... sorry, that was really bad of me. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any target. Same. And if one of your creatures dies, you can choose a player and deal that much damage to that player. Here's the big guys. Usually killing one player in one blow. He can get quite big. Same with this one as the white one, the other white one. He uses your life total, same as the other. And this one uses your life total, same as the other. That one is scary to use, but high risk, high reward. Usually he costs 0 because of all of the other ramps or artifact, but most of my artifact is ramp. This one is just fun to play and grabs a creature for you. He usually don't kill one player, but he often deals 20 damage alone. This one is removal and deals 10 damage. This one is removal and deals 10 damage. I usually don't attack with my Eldrazi, depends on the power level of the other decks, but there you have it, it's my deck. You can see the stats here. 30 card draws, 30 ramps, 20 card draws, 6 haste nibblers, 4 protection, and I believe this was removal. Around 5 removal, depends on how you see it. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope you see you later. I hope I see you later, depends on...